Hey everybody, I'm Rafa.
I'm Andy.
And this is Randy at the Movies, not sexually. And today we believe, always, that every movie is an adventure. So why not join us on the journey? And today the journey that we're taking is going to be Tom Ford's Nocturnal Animals. Oof. So we went to go see the movie. I think this is the first movie that we went to go see together, so breaking new ground. Maybe we could have picked a more funny, uplifting movie viewing experience, but in this case, we got something very, very different.
Yes.
And so we're here to kind of talk about this movie and the elements that we enjoyed.
Hopefully no spoilers.
Okay, hopefully no spoilers. Let's do that. So tell me, Andy, what did you think of the film?
It is a very cinematic, beautifully shot movie, of course. It is very devastating. Very, very sad. It makes you honestly happy about your life.
It does. It runs a lot of parallels. I think what Tom Ford does very well is he kind of it's a movie about revenge, I guess you can say. But you're really dealing with some phenomenal acting from Jake Gyllenhaal and Amy Adams. And a lot of it is, Amy Adams, she gets this manuscript, this novel, specifically talking about, him, Jake Gyllenhaal's character, a story that he wrote. And it's kind of two movies in one.
Yep.
In one case, you have a story of Amy Adams and the things that she goes through in a very cold, almost very hollow life, lifestyles of the rich and the famous. When then you have Jake Gyllenhaal's, who is more coming in from a level of some of the most horrible things that you can possibly experience. And I think that shows the essence of the movie and the parallelism between that. You kind of have a movie that's showcasing, the difficulties and the horrors of life, or the numbness to it, and how the real emotion you have is showcased through Jake Gyllenhaal, who arguably has the more perilous or devastating arc in the actual movie.
It was super dark. For sure, it is out of 2016. It's one of my favorite movies because of how crazy it is. I'm like, I did not expect it. When I kept seeing the trailers, I didn't know. I kept telling my girlfriend, I was like, I don't know what this movie's about.
Right.
From the trailers, you don't know what it is about. And like, with trailers, that's what trailers are meant to do. Like, they tell you, oh, look, this is what the movie's about. But with that one, I kept watching them and I didn't know what it was about. And then I went to watch this movie, totally different about what I thought it was going to be about. Like, even from the beginning, like the opening credits, like super weird, different, and we walked in on it. We were probably like 20 seconds late, if anything.
Yeah.
But we came into it like crazy.
That opening sequence was something else. I feel some people might argue that it was very pretentious. The movie itself, a lot of long-winded shots. It's a very pretty film.
Yep.
With, long shots, which a lot of open space. The mise-en-scène looks really good because the way the set pieces are set up is nice. And I think that adds to the theme of just cold, of just absent, of just not being there. You have Amy Adams' character who has so much money. She's an artist or an art curator. And, she shouldn't, like, in the movie has one scene in particular that shouldn't spoil anything, but it's the idea of, how can my problems really be that bad when other people are, suffering and having with why are my problems that big of an issue?
And
comparatively.
I think you brought this up after we watched the movie. When it's like he said, it's two different movies. So when it's Amy Adams' part, it's very dark. All the visual cues, it's very dark. Her life is really dark, dull. When you go to the other part of the movie, like with Jake Gyllenhaal, it's really lit up.
It's more colors.
More colored, more colorful. And I think that's crazy because there is a lot of visual cues in this movie. There's red. You're going to see red, and there's an obvious reason. You're going to see it in her life, and you're going to see it in the actual Jake Gyllenhaal part.
And I think that's important because, again, it shows that not just a parallel, but a contrast. Because, again, it's dealing with the story of, of loss and revenge and anger and human emotion, and just how sometimes in life, the meaninglessness of it all. Right? In Amy Adams' part, again, it feels very cold with the colors, with the space, with the openness. And then with Jake Gyllenhaal's part, it's warm. The colors are brightened. And it brings out a sense of, even though there's more warmth in this story, the details in that story are much more tragic and horrific. And besides Jake Gyllenhaal and Amy Adams doing a great job, realistically, by far, Aaron Taylor Johnson was the best.
I hated him. He made you hate him.
Oh yeah, he plays the bad guy so well. And it's one of those movies because we're watching it at the beginning, like the first 10, 15 minutes. It's kind of a slow burn. Like,
it's
okay,
tense.
What's it doing?
It's a very tense movie.
Very tense. And then as soon as Jake Gyllenhaal's story part starts, because she's reading a book, right, that he's writing. And so in the book, that's kind of his story. It shifts so quickly. And it's slowly, the tension, the anxiousness, it builds and it builds and it builds. And you're always thinking to yourself, what's going to happen next? And you know what's coming next. But you think to yourself, no, that's not going to happen.
It's not that type of movie.
Right? But it does it so well because it kind of predicts what's going to happen, but then it makes you not believe that I can't believe that actually occurred. And Michael Shannon was also great in this movie. He can basically do whatever he wants because this man is just,
He didn't give a fuck in this movie.
He didn't.
But he did in a good way. He was a great actor.
Oh, yeah.
Like, everyone did an amazing job in this movie. Except Armie Hammer. He's in this movie. I didn't know Armie Hammer was in this movie. He has a very small role. But this movie was crazy. It is one of my favorites, like I said, but it is very different. Go into the movie thinking about your problems.
It'll make you put your life in perspective.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. And also, be thinking about, this isn't going to be one of those movies that's going to... It'll make you think.
Yes.
It's not just a normal fluff, like, oh, look at this.
And there is a lot of unanswered questions, in a good way. There is unanswered questions, and the ending, it sort of leaves it open to, like, was this all real? Was it not real? Like, it's not Inception as in, oh, was it? But it's a good ending. It just, I don't know. I really liked it. So
it'll make you think, and it's good.
Your rating out of 5?
My rating out of 5 would probably be... I'd give it, for sure, it's going to be a movie of the year candidate, but I would give it maybe a 3 or a 4. I wouldn't watch it again, just because, it's great, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I've seen this story before. It's still fantastic, don't get me wrong, and I think everyone should see it, but there are other stories like it. I think Tom Ford did a great job with what he made.
His first movie.
And I think watching it again, it might make me appreciate it more, but I give it a 3.5.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 4. I think it was a great movie. I've watched a lot of movies this year. A lot of great movies, a lot of bad movies, but this one was very different from all the movies that have come out specifically this year. So yeah, 4 is my rating.
So please, join us on the journey and go check out this movie because...
Nocturnal Animals.
It's going to be something that'll make you think. And let us know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think of this movie. If you've seen it and you disagree or you agree, let's talk about it. Because again, why watch a movie if you can't share it with other people?
It's very true.
That's kind of what we're here for.
And Star Wars Rogue One next week. Come back to our channel. Make sure you turn on the notifications so you see when we upload movie videos. And come back and subscribe.
Yes.